Alright, let's make sure everything's working. Hello, one person in chat. Alright. Hello and welcome to Biomutant. I don't know anything about this game. All I know is that I get to play as a raccoon in what I assume is a post-apocalyptic world. Sorry, but that was just eating my supper. Let's go with easy, so I'm not overwhelmed. I think I made the game a little too bright.
Encode your DNA.
Primal. Primal is a nimble developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid of the gene mutation making them nimble and dexterous at the cost of a lesser developed intellect. Dumdon is the least developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid offshoot that compensates the lack of mental prowess with physical strength. Rex. Rex is an extraordinarily developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid outcast with an even DNA string, making it apt for both physical and mental challenges. Hyla is a regenerative developed anthropomorphic breed, a hybrid of the gene mutation making them extremely tough and resilient. The Fip breed is renowned for a highly evolved mind. Its genius is directly interlinked to the power of Ki, or Kai, which amplifies their psionic output. Murgle. Murgle. Imagine being a race named Murgle. Murgle is the definition of an idealized breed. Its evolutionary lineage has gone in a direction where form and appearance has dominated over function. This one seems to be balanced, so let's go with that. Define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed explanations of what effect each attribute has, press that.
Define your genetic structure.
Okay, vitality affects my health and energy cost of dodging. Increases my health. Health regenerates slowly outside of combat and can be replenished with consumables. Okay, so this is basically defense. Okay. Overall speed, movement speed, charisma. Okay. Okay, that's funny. I just want to see how stupid I can be. Chunky! Huh, okay, so... I really don't know how to do this. I really don't know how to do this. Like, I'm not sure how to properly do this.
Choose a genetic resilience.
What does that mean? Fuck. Oh! That's changing my hand! That's so cool. It's actually changing the color of my hand. We'll go with that.
Choose your first style.
First style. Huh.
Pick your main color.
Super bright! Nah, that's not.
Choose your detail color.
Man, that brightness is killing me.
Pick a class.
Deadeye. Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who's chosen a life outside law and society values.
Commando.
Trained as an operative of an elite special operations force, commandos are used to working in smaller teams.
Psy-freak.
Experimenting with psionic powers and mutations, they're usually outcasts on the fringe of society.
Saboteur.
Cunning skilled employees trained to operate covertly in both suburbs and wilderness.
Sentinel. Saboteur. Psy-freak. Commando. Deadeye. Sentinel. Deadeye. Sentinel.
Okay. Dedicated themselves to protect their house, their dedications for the organization as a whole, including supreme belief in the dogma.
Saboteur. Psy-freak. Commando. Deadeye.
Oh, I don't know which to choose. They all look pretty cool.
Commando. Psy-freak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Oh, that's better. What's back here? Let me go! I want to go this way! Bunny hop! It's called bunny hop. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Why is it called bunny hop?
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your ki, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Oh god. Oh god, what do I choose? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
My aura is somewhat dark.
Guess left can be right sometimes.
I gotta meet. Oh man, I want to meet the script writer. That was stupid. I love it. Ah, sorry, I had something in my tooth. Oh no, the cows have come home. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Meat eaters meat.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Okay. Monkey wheel. Ow. Okay, I can lock on. Good. Oh, I can parry. Cool. Was that supposed to happen? Oh
Better
no.
make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Good thing this was here. Oh, I get XP. Nice. I also have a little cricket that is... Or is that a grasshopper? Ooh, ooh! Double jump! This game has potential.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Oh. Evolution gone wrong.
Halfway there. Made it count.
Okay. They didn't drop anything! Can I break these? Oh. Wait. Oh, I can't charge. No charge attack. I don't want to open the door. I want to see what's over here. What's over here? I know this. Oh, I'm standing on nothing. So sprint? Nope, no sprint. Is there something up here? Ooh, wall jumping. Can I break that? Nope. It looks breakable. Oh, sweet. Sweet, I have wall jumping. How did I not think about getting this game? Please tell me I can't break the desk! No! 0 out of 10. Trash game. I love my tail. Examine ammo box. Electric module. Weapon add-on. You can find a special weapon at weapon special effect add-on. Attach to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have a resistance or weakness to different weapon special effects. Okay, hang on. System. Settings. Controls. Okay. What if I go here? What's in here? Why can't I break the environment? Worst game ever! I can't break the environment. Worst game ever. Ooh, I can interact with the toilet. You're shitting me. Hang on. Oh, how do I equip it? I probably can't get it on just yet. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I can't just jump off of it. Nope. That just yeets
Don't let
me
go.
up. What happens if I keep doing this? Does the narrator,
Don't slip.
will he just get fed up with me? Let's see if I can piss off the narrator. Make this like Stanley's Parable or something. Okay, I'm done messing with him. Oh. The camera feels like it's a little too close. Doesn't look like there's anything that affects that. Okay.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Got some dandy candy. I don't know what that means. Hold on, you drop something. Small energy pack. And tongue tickle. Oh, I can't touch this stuff, right? It seems that all it does to me is make me sink. If that's the case, yeah, that's death. I don't think I can swim. Can I climb this tree? No! Years of academy training wasted. Oh, I didn't see that. Tongue tickly. Oh, sweet, I got drugs. And some sweet meat. Dainty. Dang it. I think it's just a tutorial level. Dang it. Oh. Love how the camera follows my head. Oh, I probably can't get past that, which sucks. Defeat Iron Wall. Ow! Ooh. Level up. 10. Let's add some charisma. Wicked Wolf. Okay. What did you drop? That's all he had. Dainties must be popular. Oh, I can't. No! Let me open the door! You bastards! What to the other guy? Did he just melt?
Look,
Bar.
an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
The once was. It's a crowbar. Old world claw bar.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
I want to explore some more. Wait, what was... Oh, that is so cool. That is... You can... That is so cool. If there's fall damage, I'm not fighting it. Okay, quick time events.
Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
God damn it. I didn't double jump. Why didn't I double jump? Why didn't I double jump? No way, I did that. I must have done an accidental double press or something. Yeah, I definitely did an accidental double press. Didn't I just get something? Oh. Some kind of gear piece. Rabbit's leap. So single jump is a bunny hop. I don't like that. I don't like the green glowy stuff. I don't like that thing in the distance. I don't like that chain. I don't like the mushrooms grown on the walls. I don't like the green mist. I don't like that structure right there. And I especially don't like that tunnel. Especially fuck that tunnel.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Small things for your big ideas.
A biolob. Okay, so I can't touch that. Moth mouth. Oh, I can't afford that now.
New ways to make you weirder.
Ah. Huh. Get out of Bunker 101. Isn't 101 the name of the studio that made this game? How do I get over that? Wait. Huh. I got boot camp pants. Wait, did that do fall damage? Guess it don't matter right now. Zero out of 10 trash game. I can't break the boxes. Ooh, is this up? No, there's nothing up there. Looks like it could have been a secret.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. That's more than stuck. Gonna need a key of some kind. Locked, but good. Locked. Locked up tight. Needs a key. Need a key. Locked solid. Nothing simple. It's locked. That's not opening on its own. Someone locked it solid. That's shut and good. Couldn't just be open, eh? Bolted shut. Lockety locked.
Do they actually record lines for different ways of saying this is locked?
Oh, it's locked. The right key could open this.
What about the left key?
Definitely not open. Not opening for you. Need the right key. That's shut and good. Oh, it's
okay, it starts cycling through again. I was hoping it would like piss him off and be like, "Yo, buddy, it's locked."
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Man, I'm dumb.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Oh. I thought that needed a key.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go.
That was pretty easy. I imagine they're going to get tougher as the game progresses, though.
The Wheeled One is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Wiped out. The deep cut. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the Wheeled One before backup arrives.
They drop stuff. Tickling coffee. Confectionlicious. More drugs and candy. Wait, what? I can't climb the rope? God, this game sucks.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Are we in China?
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Already done. Oh, I look adorable. Look at this. This is cute. Hang on, my cat wants in. Okay. I'm gonna run away. Or I could just, you know, follow the story. Looks like Asian structures. Could be Chinese or Japanese. Could be Korean. I'm not overly familiar. Best before. What's with the pump door?
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
I want to meet the potato people.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
What Pensai?
The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Hoopnet received.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed.
It looks like John. Why is he dressed like John Travolta in Grease?
One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
What, this place might be inspired with China, now that I think about it. That was fast.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined.
Mooma.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
It's the net.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Is it though? Is it? Right, I can't do that. Oh, hang on. Do you want to, Alright. You want in there? Okay. Sorry about that. My cat has needs. My cat has needs.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Yeah, Experiment 101. Oh, I got a trophy. The adventure begins. Oh, I do have a sprint button. Oh. Look at that! Look at that! I love that!
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Cartographically. Okay, yeah, that sounds like me.
Let's see.
You are here. Okay, it doesn't take up any of my stamina. I mean, I really do love it. I love the narrator. It's kind of like the Stanley Parable. Oh. Maybe it's friendly.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
But I don't have a hat. Dig, dig, dig. Ring scrape. Ring scrap. Oh, wait. This is a fist weapon. Nice. God. This is just adorable. This is some adorable stuff. I'm really loving this game already, actually. I had no expectations going in. I've never seen gameplay of it. I completely forgot it existed until I saw it was on PlayStation Plus, and I'm like, sure, why not? Wait, what was... Can I interact with these flowers? Nope. Can't do anything with the flowers.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Hold on, let me just check the corpses of your friends. I just want to... I'm totally not checking for loot. I'm definitely not looking for loot. Rivet pad. Can I equip that? Yes, I can. Oh, God. Okay, okay. Gotta deal with that motion blur. Oh, God. Okay, so it wasn't the blur. That was just the frames. I think this works. I think this flows better on PS5, but I don't have a PS5. It's okay, don't worry, I'll talk to you. I'm just busy not looting the place. A hat. Okay, guess I'm gonna have a hat trick now. Okay, I'm equipping that. I like it already. Oh God, the frames. No, I can't break anything. Ah, frames. Hey, how you doing? Okay, I can't hold the parry button apparently. So
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through all things. At times you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is the sum of the choices we make and the actions we take. Huh.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Ah, that's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are 2 nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Okay. But right now, I just unlocked side powers. Okay, let's do that.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
My aura is balanced. Alright, let's go the tunnel.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Wait, is that a secret? Nope. No secret, just disappointment. I'm just gonna go this way.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Any secrets? Secret! I got a new hat. I also got a small health pack. Is this hat better than my current stupid hat? Yes, it is. Sag. I was hoping it wouldn't be better than my stupid hat. There ain't nothing there. What's here? I also got drugs. Wait, what? Nothing in there. I really shouldn't attack anyone until I know more.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Interact.
Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says you'll see each other later. Says they're cautious of non-allies. They don't just let anyone see the Sifu, but there's something different about you.
Oh?
Sibi? Lapanen aginkan man. Gerat na fala hutut.
Looks so cute in his little outfit.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
Stark fiery.
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wung Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Hello?
He was hoping you'd join them.
Sure,
You
why not?
understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe.
Oh, this'll be fun.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
All the goose are gonna have
You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks.
All the goose are gonna have
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong, and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help.
Okie doke. Boomerang. No secrets. Thought I saw something. Okay, no, that was just some tree being moved by wind. Thought I saw something else. Hello. I got new pants.
At least someone wears pants.
Okay, how do we know this isn't just a sequel to the Stanley Parable? Oh, oh. I can drown. Wait, that's what I... Oh, that's okay. But yeah, I'm loving this game. I'm gonna have to stick with what I have because the number was bigger. You're fine. What's in here? A beanie? A beanie. Oh wait, I just realized something. Yeah, it's probably the flu. This is usually flu season. Hang on. So I gotta... I'm not really sure what that green leaf is.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Amazed you haven't met Noko. She's the best. So kind to critters of all sorts. Wishes you goodbye.
Huh. Okay, I'm just gonna break into your house. Banana. I'm sorry, what is this? Oh man, this game is a game. Ah, but the armor is... Okay, the armor isn't that good. Bamboo hat. Gun. Gun, gun, gun.
Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the wares. Wonders why you're in such a hurry. They've got plenty of stock.
I mean, I'm not using this stuff. Apparently I'm in the green, according to this trophy.
Shook on it.
Oh. Okay, ranged weaponry. Okay, you don't really have anything for me. What's in here? I swear I keep finding dumber and dumber things. I found an add-on. Oh no, wait, that leads to the outside world. We don't go to the outside world, it's scary.
Says you'll get a special price and a wrap-up on the double.
It's trading time.
Says the place is in high demand, so no wonder you're eager to get down to business.
Toilet paper. The man sells toilet paper.
Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Can sense you want to practice your skills at bartering.
Can sense you want to practice your skills at bartering. I need to be level 5. Stab! $260 to $405. And that sucks. I don't... Wait. Oh man, I'm not at the right level, but God, I wish I was. I want the plunger. but how do I use these? Some place where I can use these on? Has to be, right?
Wonders if Ankati prefer thin air so they can enjoy more light in their lives, like the Myriad do. Says you should take it easy. We've been warned about the state of the tree. Hopefully it's not too late. So, says you covered the important things already.
Oh. I found the prison. I found the prison. Oh wow, that was easier than I expected. Okay. There's gotta be a place where I can assemble my stuff.
Reflects that you're a decent friend in a dim spot, helping the Myriad tribe to brighten the world. Seems surprised you have to go. Says you should join the fun and start taking what you want when you want it. Says goodbye to you.
Okay, I thought I saw something there, but I didn't. Is there not a place for me to mess with components?
Wants to know if they could help a pure-blood Myriad like you find the light. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Says you should watch yourself if you're heading further east. They'd had trouble there with a bandit camp. Says you'll see each other later.
A bandit camp, eh? Oh, the frames!
Liked how calm you were as a kid and is glad to see that hasn't changed. Understands you have things to do.
Is there anything over here I missed? Nope, not a thing.
kabadu.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort.
Cliff McNishman.
Has plenty to do, so no worries.
Okay, we're going that way. I don't know what that way is, but... Man, this game is beautiful. Well, that could be secrets. Secrets? No secrets. Huh? Yeet! Oh.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially. Deformed and unfurred.
Oh, I didn't realize that was sending shit out. Okay, you couldn't evade that. Eat it! I got a dainty. What's in the trash? Derps. It's a muzzle. And I got, drugs. I'm dumb.
Rough and tumble.
Okay, let's just do this for now. Guys, I can do this. got another add-on. Let us move.
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
I don't know if I want to be drawn closer.
Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over.
Well, I would assume it's far from over.
Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind.
Run away! Fine.
Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now.
I mean... Yeet!
He says that wasn't too bad, was it?
At least I learned how to not swim.
At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something.
My Muma.
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too.
Am I going to see her get gutted? Oh, that's adorable. Run, run, run. Vroom.
Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that from someone that's a part of the coming generation. You owe it to yourself to protect the environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some.
I love his hat.
He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the...
Oh, crap.
He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start.
Okay, now I can finally craft. Stabby. Banana.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need a weapon when you're born one. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you.
come on.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now.
They took my weapon! Man, I am tiny.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for your Mooma too, but guiding the village into the future and teaching Wang Fu to her disciples seems more important for every day. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Come on, what's that last pile of clothes? There it is.
He's curious to see what you found. He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his DNA. He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found. The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you. You should take it with you, wear it to practice. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this.
Train with your Mooma. I'm gonna watch her get gutted, aren't I?
Your Mooma says it's about time you got here.
I'm easily distracted wholeheartedly.
Wants you to understand that you can do anything if you work really hard. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
Training montage. I can't take that.
Kannamunta.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Monibasa.
Thanks you for being such a good student.
Katjatopuluta.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Monibasa.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. Catchy.
Monibasa.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Masamal.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Tatenko babasakting.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Masamal.
You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you.
Asil natu.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Domale tuku.
She's so happy you made the most of it. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow.
Let me guess, I woke up the next day and everyone is being gutted. Come on, nothing that's this adorable doesn't have something dark in it. There we are.
Nothing could stop Lupa Lupa from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Can't see. Come on.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Kanyala no toro.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Ala.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present.
Come on, let me at him.
You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow.
Uh-oh. Man, he really hates me. Oh, he hates my Muma for some reason.
Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now.
Oh, this is depressing.
If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about.
Yeet!
What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory.
Yeah, that was dark.
As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see.
Where the hell am I? I want to explore that place. I wasn't expecting to get teleported. Nothing in here. Nothing up here. Well, I'm gonna drown. I've died to drowning. I've died twice now. Complete total, twice, to drowning. Good thing I can still fast travel. Okay, so there was nothing in my hometown, in the ruins of my hometown. Except bitter memories.
You got something great in the making? It's going to take a bit of scavenging to come up with scrap for that. You don't have the right kind of... Maybe you'll have enough resources later. Of course. Oh. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
Ow. Come on.
A
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. The Myriad tribe is prepared to fight to the death for souls that will be forever lost if not saved.
Oh. Wait, where's the corpse? It vanished! No! Out of control room.
Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch to survive. Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist.
Clonk fist.
If you have plans, better start before it's total dark.
I now know new Wung Fu.
Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it?
Uh-oh. I found a new hat.
Nothing, huh?
Aww.
That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up.
Of course.
There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried.
Ooh.
A flush stool from the back in time. It's an apparatus that sink-sunks yellow juice and brown bobs. Let's try out the brush away. See if you can off-chase some drip droppings. Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool.
Wait.
You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away.
Oh my god. I just found this in the toilet and I put it on without hesitation.
This corner of the world is called Bricktown. No one's going to see you coming in the dark.
Found a handle.
Would you look at that? A fry sparker from the back in time. Hardware that fix-cooked provisions. Try it out. See if it still works. Looks like the fry sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away.
Oh, I'm under leveled. Bobena.
Zilch here.
Aww. Ooh, biohazard module.
A real treasure. What you do here matters to you. You found the track. Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky the track somehow made it. When Toxanol abandoned the place, it fell apart fast. Not too many like living in a ruin hole like this. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too.
But I'm not done exploring this place. Ooh, rebar. There's still one more old world gadget, and I have yet to find it. Parkour!
There's a lot on the line here.
Found a tin can. Okay. What you got for me? What's in here? Just pants.
Well, what do you know?
Flaffy Tufter. This game has got so much adorability, adorableness. Slab. Need to be level 7 though.
Good morning to you.
I actually love how he will narrate morning and night. Found a screw.
Never? You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling.
Easy.
You really put a spin on it.
Once again, I'm underleveled. Is there any other explorable places?
Well, that was disappointing.
Well, I asked. What's that? Nothing. It's nothing but a lie. This game has so much charm. Could have sworn I heard something behind me.
You found the whereabouts. The deepest, darkest forest in the land. Sometimes hard to see for all the trees.
There's no lock on, so... Not my problem. Not my monkeys, not my circus.
That's a Jagni tribe outpost.
Gimme. Bio-blob container. Biocontaminated container. Found some scrap.
It's so active out here with the light.
Yes, I would imagine so.
Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. If you can, you should try to convince the captain to give up the outpost and join your cause. They're ready to enter the outpost when you are. Every step you take towards your end goal will bring you closer to a better world. Here's the first line of defense.
Oh boy.
That's a bomb lobber.
How am I missing?
That hit the spot, wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together.
Oh no. I forgot I can level up.
Can't hurt to try. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper.
Okay, here we go.
They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Wants revenge on those who caged them, but trust you'll take care of it.
Anything good here? Nope. What about here? Oh, whoa, what's this? Extermino for a grabster? We'll see how well this thing does.
A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it.
I got new Wong Fu.
That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Well, that's a little anticlimactic. I have unlocked the boomerang.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon. Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance. You seem to share the same values as the Myriad tribe. You both have the same optimistic outlook on life. At least, for now. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of. He says the time has come to confront the jumbo puff at the end of the west route. Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater. You should get over there and see what you can do to help.
Oh, I've already leveled up? Alright, I'm gonna leave this episode here for now. But I will see you all again. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.